have it already, but it
Low
is not
battery.
what is in the back
Please
office
charge.
that I'm going to share mostly, because I use a lot of examples and experiences, and I believe that's why we come together and we learn from each other, isn't it? Okay, so hope you have your notebook and pen ready, and you are ready to learn a little bit about selling your why. I'm going to use my personal experiences, so it's going to combine with the training that is already in the back office. And I believe if you are here and you want to succeed in the industry, you need to become more aggressive at selling your why. Most people join us because they have connected with our story. They join us because they have connected with our future. So it is your story and your future that matters a lot. Okay? So to
Low
start off,
battery.
I will
Please
share my
charge.
experience 17 years back when I got started in network marketing. But before I started with network marketing, in my vacation of Form 6, I was baking cakes and cookies, and I would supply them to supermarkets. Why did I start that? It's something surprising to many people. It's because I had a dream, and I had designed my future on paper, but I wasn't seeing it. So I had to do something at that time, not waiting to be employed, not waiting for someone to call me for a job. Some of my friends got jobs at that time. I had a friend who was working in Bank of Uganda as a messenger during that time. And for me, I was baking cakes and cookies, and I would supply them to supermarkets. Now, one of the reasons why I did that is because I
Low
wanted,
battery.
when
Please
we
charge.
enrolled to the university, I wanted to have more money to help me survive at that time. So I didn't want a lot of money. I just wanted more money. I wanted a television screen in my room. And those who understand that or remember that time, when you go to someone's room and you find a very nice screen, you feel like these guys are serious. So because I knew some of those things my father would not give them to me because they are luxuries, I would bring them to myself by working hard. So I baked cakes and cookies, supplied supermarkets, and I also, if you know the supermarket at Kisementi, I supplied it. There was one in Wandegea. Now there is Vine. Is it Vine, or there's a pharmacy now? A big pharmacy. And I supplied quite a number on Gayaza Road because I was staying there. Then I went to Makerere University and I
Low battery.
supplied the
Please
ladies.
charge.
That hall, I forgot the name, but it was a hall for ladies only. Who remembers it? Mary Stewart, and I supplied them with a lot of cakes, with a lot of cookies, and most of them were my OGs at Makerere College School. So it was easy for me to do business because I used my connections that I had. Now, my story became more serious when I joined network marketing. Because when I joined network marketing, I started dreaming much bigger. I stopped thinking of a television screen in the room. I stopped thinking of just slightly more pocket money to move around. But now my dream became bigger. I saw people who were traveling to London. I saw people who are sharing their stories, how they have just come back from Cape Town. And I was like, no, I have to also start traveling. So I wrote down in my
Low
dream
battery.
book that
Please
I want to
charge.
travel to quality destinations. And I also looked at another goal that was disturbing me at that time, because at that time in the evenings there was a place called somewhere up after public service. If you go up, there is a restaurant there. I've forgotten the name. Emin Pasha. Those who used to enjoy life, they know the places. So I used to see my friends take their girlfriends to Emin Pasha, and I wanted to just go there. I didn't have a girlfriend at that time, but I just wanted to go there. And you can't go to Emin Pasha by walking and come back by walking. So I set a goal to buy a car, and I wrote it down also. I put it in my dream book. And the other goal that I had was just to just have a little bit of 1 million in the pocket.
Low battery.
I don't know if you understand
Please
this.
charge.
These are small goals, but the reason as to why I started running at a terrific speed in my network marketing career is because I had a goal. And as we talk about your why and selling your why, we are going to connect more with the goals and dreams later on. You'll see in the slides. So one thing that sparked me off to build network marketing seriously was when I changed my dream board and I started dreaming much bigger. And on my dream board, I put, I want to drive a Jeep, deep blue in color, private number. And I kept on like that. After a period of 1 year, 2, 3, I was invited to Kenya in thank you. I was invited to Kenya to share my story, but the guy who invited me told me the most important thing I want from you is the dream. Can you imagine? So someone paid my flight to go to Nairobi, talk about my dream that I have not yet achieved. I don't know if you understand me. So in today's training, we are going to look at selling your why, but you can't sell your why if you don't have a big dream. You can't have a captivating testimony without a good dream, without a good goal. Why are you doing this? As I was driving, because I was thinking about what I'm going to share with you, I was talking to a distributor and I asked them, why are you doing this? And when they started talking, I realized they became more excited, talking about international school. I asked, how much is the school fees? They said, we don't know. I said, I give you homework. Make sure you find out how much. As in, it's crazy, it's exciting also, visiting a school where you want your child to study, and the school fees is abnormal, it's a lot, but you visit the school. And you are confident that you will take your child there. That is a dreamer. There is a school called Olelvine. Olelvine is an international, Cambridge international school. It has some branches here, but the main branch is in Nakasaja. That is just next to my home. And when I was driving those days, I was going to visit my site. I told my engineer that I want to visit this school. I hear about it. I want to visit it. And I visited it one day. By then, my son was in the womb. He was in the womb. There was no child at that time. And I told myself, I want to take my child to this school. Like a joke on a serious note. And to my surprise, just a few weeks ago, I made a registration for my son's education next year. In the same school, I reached a point where I could be seeing the school bus. They have a school bus that would go to Vision Africa. I don't know if they go to do what there. And sometimes before OQATA, I would go to Vision Africa to do my reading and plan my future. So sometimes I would see the school van and I see the kids, most of them white. You know what I'm talking about. and I see them. Then my son is in the womb, but I see my son in them. And I'm like, this is my son talking good English, bragging with his friends how he's part of this school. I don't know if you're getting what I'm talking about. And to my surprise, because I kept mentioning it, I kept thinking about it, it motivated me even to work harder. And now, not yet fully actualized, but registration done. Isn't it wonderful? Why are you doing this business? We are going to sell our why. We are going to sell our why. We are going to sell our why, and then the business is going to change. When you have a bigger why, you do things differently. When you have a bigger why, you talk differently. When you have a bigger why, even when you are closing a prospect, you close them from this circle. Then as they are about to leave, you close them from the door. As you are escorting them on the stairs, you close them again. And even before you know it, you are at the bank withdrawing money with them because your why is different. When I joined AIM, one of the previous company you all did, some of you did, I had a challenge, and we are going to talk about struggles. If you don't have struggles as part of your story, when we say struggles, we don't mean people who are very poor. Don't take it wrong. When we say struggles, we don't mean people who are badly off. Someone came and asked me, so for me, who is not from a poor background, I don't have struggles. No, there are struggles everyone has. And for me, when I was joining that company, I was behind rent 3 months for my landlord. Very small money, by the way. By then, I was paying 250,000 a month times 3. So it was just 750. I was behind rent. I was tired of a taxi because I had bought a car and sold it. And now I was in a taxi every morning. And you know what would happen when it rains? When it rains and you're about to get out, you don't get out. So the taxi continues. I would pass here because our office was Baden-Powell. The taxi would pass when I'm seeing. I can't get out because it's raining. And I go to a destination I don't want, and because you have no enough money, you come back walking. Who is passing through that right now? Who is saying, I'm tired of a taxi, I'm tired of a certain situation? Put up your hand straight. But I don't see you tired. Because if you were tired, you wouldn't be there. Tell your neighbor, I am tired. Use that as your struggle. The other struggle that I had, that we are going to talk about struggles in setting your why, was a problem with my family. My father did not want network marketing so much. So he wanted me to get a job. I don't know anyone who is here in my shoes. And my father every day would tell me, what have you brought back? I would go to my home, but he wants me to take back something to show that Bienkola is also serious. Now I would look at him when there's someone who has died in the family, they collect money, and he comes telling me, Goina Meka from your network marketing. And still I would contribute, but very little, and they would not see it. I don't know if you're getting me. So I had that struggle, and I wanted to prove my father that network marketing works. That's why when I joined that company, we are going to talk about struggles. I didn't come as an ordinary distributor. I was ordinary, a little bit ordinary in GNLD. I was a leader, but a little bit ordinary. When I joined that company, I came as a wrestler. Can you act like a wrestler now? Can you act like someone who has been in training for a long time? Act a little bit, act. Those who don't know how to wrestle, you are acting like me. So when I came in that company, I told my upline and the sponsor that I've come to break records. I have come to break what? Records, because I had struggles. I didn't come to break records because I want to be seen as a top earner. No, I had struggles. I wanted to get out of the taxi. I had reached a point where conductors knew me on Gayaza Road. So when they would see me on the road, they say, hey, again. I was tired of that. You know, it is bad if conductors know you. It is in fact, if they know you, you are in problem. I had reached a point where in the market area where I was shopping, Pius is not here, Pius, my friend, I was borrowing sometimes in the market. You go in the market because Pius had a shop there, and I would say, they don't see now, but I need some sugar. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking. I wasn't poor. I was just struggling. I don't know if you're getting me. Now, the moment you use your struggles well, you are going to become successful. The moment you feel tired, you are going to become successful. And the best storytellers are those who use their struggles well when they are sharing their story. If I bring you Saturday David here, you will hear how he shares his story. Saturday was struggling to a point that whenever they would do an MTN like show, let's say in Wandegea, because we were in Wandegea, I was a student at dental school, paramedical. So they would always throw t-shirts. You know those t-shirts of MTN? And Saturday would be among the people who fight the most, not because he wants the t-shirt, but because he has no shirt for the following day. I don't know if you're getting me. So every day when we joined GNLD, Saturday David was wearing an MTN t-shirt. And because of that simple thing, it's like simple to you, he was able to share his story when his life started progressing, and he bought a car, and he took his children to a good school, and he started living a better life. He got married, boom, business for home. I don't know if you're getting me. So selling your story and your why, keep your focus on the prospect, because you are selling it to the prospect. Your story must create rapport and connection between you and the prospect. When you sit with the prospect, yesterday someone, I don't know if she's here, brought some 2 prospects to my office. And the first thing I noticed was age. These guys are like, the guy is like maybe following my dad's age, early 60. So someone of early 60, I'm not going to excite them so much of the income plan first. So I used my story of my health challenge, because I used to suffocate in the night, and I use omega-3, and my dad has sinus, and my cousins, and some other people in the family. So after sharing with him that, he started connecting, and that's how I welcomed him in the office. I don't know if you're getting me. So your focus is on the prospect. Put the prospect's needs and preferences first, not yours. Of course, we want him to pay premium. Of course, we want him to recruit a lot of people. But his need at 60 years is to stay healthy. To stay healthy. That is his preferences. What is it about your story that will be meaningful to them? My health was meaningful to him. When we meet the young people, you also connect with them. Part of your story. Now, 17 years back is when I was much younger, so I connect with the GNLD time when I'm talking to the young person. I connect when I was starting AIM with the young person. So what is it about your story that will be meaningful to them? My struggles in a taxi. Now, when I'm talking to the corporate people with money, I don't talk about my struggles in the taxi. Now, I talk about when I got married. When I got married, after my honeymoon, I had a very nice wedding. I had a very nice honeymoon. But after that, I was very broke. Now, I connect with the corporate. I was broke, and I was looking at so many things that we needed at home. And now, I am married. We are no longer one. It is no longer one. It's now 2. My wife is from a family that needs a good life and has been in a good life. Now I need to keep up the standard. I don't know if you're getting me. Now I share my story of how I joined a certain MLM company, and what motivated me by that time was different. Motivations keep changing. And when you're sharing with the prospect, you need to connect with them. Connect with the prospect. What is it about your story that will be meaningful to them? After all, the reason you are telling the story is because you want to tell them to take action. You want them to take action. What action? To get started with you. So connect with them, keep the focus on the prospect, know the prospect. In fact, if it is not your personal prospect, ask the person who is bringing the prospect, who is that prospect? What do they do? What are their challenges at the moment? Do you know some? I don't know. Okay, if you don't know, we will find out. As in, you need to connect with the prospect. 6 keys to a compelling story. Number one is the inciting incident. And here we are going to talk a little bit about the pain, the struggle, and that's what I was talking about. If your story does not have any moment of struggle, it will still remain a good story, but it will not capture someone's attention. Even, I will tell you the truth, even the rich people have struggles. When they are sharing their story, they will tell you, I am coming from Watoto Church, and in our church we have stories of people talking about marriage and their struggles. And you wonder, you say, hey, I thought this one was okay. He also has struggles. Some have no children for 10 years, and that is the struggle. It doesn't mean you need to be poor to have a struggle. Are you getting me? The reason as to why I started OQATA Wellness Solution is because of ABCDE. Some people, because they lost a child, maybe in an accident, and that is the struggle and the pain they have. They are like, I want to protect so many young children from accidents. By then I was using a boda. I didn't have a car. I lost my child. I don't know if you're connecting now. So what is the pain that incited you to consider the business? Most people who quit very fast join because of motivation. I want to travel to London. It withers very fast. It will disappear. The motivation disappears. I want to travel to London. I want to buy a car. Just buying a car for what? What do you need a car? I need a car because I'm tired of the conductor knowing my name. Now that's the pain. I want to buy a car because last time they splashed water on me as I was waiting for a taxi. Has it happened to anyone? You are waiting for a taxi, they splash. In fact, God does it intentionally. They splash water on you so that you get tired. So, what is the pain? What is the pain? Some people use boda a lot until they become comfortable. And they say, for me, I am okay with boda. They get an accident on the boda, the pain will appear. They say, I am now tired of boda. I'm tired, I want to buy a car. You know, you don't change life unless you are tired. You don't change. You don't change life unless you are tired. For me, I was tired of just ordinary schools. As in, I studied in an ordinary traditional school, very nice school by then, Makerere College. I studied in there. I went to ordinary university. I am tired. I just want my child to face differently. I don't know if you're getting me. It's not that I have the money for that international school. No, I'm just tired. The human mind is wired to find stories of struggle, irresistibility. So they are like, they are going to connect more with those struggles. When you're sharing your story, you say, my name is Jimmy. I got started with network marketing 17 years back. And at the time I was starting network marketing, I did not have school fees for the university. And I saw someone who had joined network marketing and they were paying their own school fees. I remember the time when I went, this is not my true story, please. I'm just sharing a story. There is a time I went to school and I found people going to sit exam and I was stopped. I had to repeat and repeat like 2-3 years, not because I was dumb, but because of no money. I got attracted to the industry and within a space of 3 years, I am now paying my own school fees and those of my siblings. Isn't that wonderful? Yesterday, Rachel Naluoza was interviewed and she shared her struggles. I saw her photo. I didn't know she was fat before. So I saw the photo. I was just enjoying the story. In fact, I didn't want Silas Nephew to stop. Why? Because it had struggles. I come from a poor family. And we had 10 children. First of all, the first problem, poverty. The second problem, 10 children. 10 children. If just 5 kids, I don't know. 10. I don't know how they were managing. So she was really struggling. So she shared that story. After a short while, I was able to do this. I bought my car. Wow! It's not a powerful story. Tomorrow we have Miriam Kamau's powerful story of buying buildings, of doing what? But this story of no money, no school fees, struggles, and now I bought a car. Wow! Isn't that exciting? And then Miriam's story is also exciting. Like everyone has their story. That's why everyone should share their story. Just like in movies, a story without a challenge. I like movies. I don't know who likes watching movies here. Me, I had reached a... If you don't like movies, you are not yet living. So, but movies are nice. They show you what people really go through. And I don't like watching a movie without a challenge. I switch off, I look for another movie. Why? I want challenges. I want what? Challenges. So, good storytellers know how to sell their struggles very well and how the business helped them triumph over the struggles. I will talk about one struggle that you may not experience because you are in the modern network marketing. For us, from the old school network marketing, we used to just wake up and say, today I should go to Kapchora. You look for someone you know from Kapchora, call them and ask them, do you know people in Kapchora? Yes. Do you have friends there? Yes. Fantastic. And we go. So there's a time I recruited someone in Mbale town. The lady started recruiting people, and one of the people she recruited was from Kapchora. So the guy came to the head office, bought products, and went back to Kapchora. When he reached Kapchora, I started thinking, how do I get more sales from that region? So without even proper planning, I stepped on the bus, called him so long as he's there. I went through Mbale and through Silonko. You know Silonko? And from there, you start seeing the hills. And there are always many accidents around there. But for us, we didn't think about that. And I went there. I reached Kapchora. There's a hotel called Noah's Ark. Who has been to Kapchora? 1 or 2 people, 3. So when I reached Noah's Ark, good enough, the person who I was going to meet was a friend of the owner of Noah's Ark, the best hotel in Kapchora. I spent a night there. I thought life has started. The following day, the guy told me, I'm not in Kapchora, I'm in Buko district. So I waited for transport to go to Buko district, and there was no taxi. I thought they have taxis. I think by now they have. But 10 years, 12 years ago, is it even like 13 years ago, they didn't have taxi. They were using a big truck, these small lorries. So, being a corporate networker, I was fighting for the front seat. Not knowing these guys eat a lot of millet and posho, they push you seriously. So I could not get a front seat. And the only seat available was at the back. I sat at the back. I had a small wallet in the pocket and a phone. Not knowing the people at the back, most of them are thieves. So I lost my wallet, I lost my phone, and I had products only. When I reached Buko district, it was a long distance. Long distance. When I reached Buko district, I got my boxes, not knowing I had lost my phone. I started looking for this guy. No, Buko is where this guy, the famous runner, the athletic guy, comes from. Is it Kiprotich or something? So, since I didn't know that my phone had disappeared, I just went to a certain shop and I mentioned his name. He was a famous guy there. He's a big farmer. So I said, anyone who knows where David so-and-so is home is? They say, yes, we will take you. So I didn't notice I don't have a phone. We reached there. They welcomed me very well. And they said, relax for 3 days fast. I said, why? He said, because in 3 days I'm going to Kenya in the border to mobilize farmers that you are going to talk to. So we are continuing. We haven't even reached. So after that, It was challenging. Meanwhile, my upline is calling. She had lent me the jerrycan. It was a super grow for agriculture. So she was calling, have you sold already? She didn't know the challenges I was going through. I didn't have my phone. I didn't have my wallet, but she's calling on David's phone, and David is disturbing me that you have to go back to Kampala. Now, I haven't sold the jerrycans. We went to the border. That's how I got to know that area called Kitale. So we went through Buko and entered Kitale. In Kitale, he had mobilized so many farmers, but all of them poor. After training about the product, no one could afford even a sample. What do? Your wallet disappeared, the phone disappeared, you are depending on your downline's phone. Good enough, I had accommodation at his house, and there was no bathroom inside the house, so I had to shower from outside in the night. How do you shower during the day from outside? In the night. If I was an ordinary distributor without a dream, I would quit that company. Say this challenge is too way beyond me. My parents didn't know where I was. I was still young. I was supposed to be in their house. But I am in Kitale talking about products no one can afford. No one can afford a sample, but there were so many people. I had to come back to Buko. After Buko, connected to Kapchora, where I sold the jerrycans, and I went back with money. Now, that was the beginning of my building business in Kapchora and Buko. The rest is history. I built a big team in Kitale, Bungoma, Eldoret, coming to Kakamega, and that's when I had a big team in that region, Buko and Kapchora, connecting now to Mbale. Of course, I had a team in Mbale that connected me. So the struggles helped me to actually become more successful. And for me, the good thing, I use my struggles even when I'm educating my downlines. Now, downlines would come with small struggles, and I laugh. I tell them my big struggle. They go back to work. So it's very important when you're sharing your stories to use the pain and struggles in order for you to capture people's attention. Your doubts, key number 2. Some people have reservations about network marketing. I don't want to do that business. I think it is not meant for me. There is a guy, I don't know where this lady is, brought me 2 people yesterday, and he had a reservation. His reservation was at my age. What if I invite the people, they don't come? You know, it is embarrassing. I invite people, they don't come. Sija bisobola. And I talked about the reservation I had when I started in the industry. And one of the reservations that I had was like, what if I talk and no one buys from me? Because for us, we started the industry talking about products, not the opportunity. What if I talk about the products and no one buys? And my upline told me that what if someone buys? And that's what I told him, that you do not need to talk. You need just to mobilize a few people. Then the team from your upline will educate people about health, and of course, people will buy the products. So talk about your reservations that you had, share them to remove any doubt from the prospect. Some people may say that for me, my parents did not want to hear of network marketing, just like you. And don't lie. Share the reservation you personally had that will connect with theirs. It doesn't need to be the same. Maybe for them it is parents, for you it is transport. You could not afford to come to do network marketing every day, and how did you handle it? If you make it all lossy, your prospect may think you just want to sell to them. Some of us, why we are not growing is because we want to show it is so easy. There is no problem. There is no challenge. Share your challenges. Share your reservations that you had about the industry and how you were able to solve them. Then the person you are prospecting will connect with them. Sharing your doubts shows genuineness. Be genuine. Be genuine that, of course, I understand what you are talking about, that you may not afford to join with a starter, There are so many challenges. There is no money. There are many problems. I was just like you. And I remember when I went back home, I started thinking about my future. And I asked myself, how long will it take me to be in the same position without achieving my goals? So I thought about my friend who is a money lender, and I called them. They lent me money. I started. 6 months after, I had paid my debt. Is the person connecting now? But you tell them you don't have money. How? Why is it that you don't have money? Yet the problem, you also know you don't have money. I don't know if you're getting me. So be genuine with the person when you are sharing with them about your doubts, and of course that you had about network marketing at that time. 3, answer the doubts. Share the facts that answered your reservations. That's what I was talking about. This gives confidence that you did your homework and you are not just excited. Answer the doubts. You are answering your own, so is connecting with the answers. Let's say I've already answered one. Let's say a person has no money to get started. But this is the truth. This is the truth. There is no way someone may completely have no money to start unless they are beggars. So if you invited a beggar, don't expect, even if you answer the doubts, they will never get money. Because they are beggars, they don't work anywhere, they don't have anyone who believes in them. They have begged so many times that people are tired of them. I don't know if you're getting me. So the best people to connect with, they always taught us, invite people who are your level and above. The moment you start going down your level, you are in trouble. All this will be useless. So invite people who are your level and, can we say level and above? Level and what? Level and above. Then invite also those who are inspired by your story. They may be below your level, but they are inspired. And not, the moment someone is inspired, they will do whatever it takes to get the money. After the party that we had at the poolside, there is a guy who was a bouncer. He just approached me because he had seen me on stage, and he said, I also want to be helped. At first I thought, when a bouncer is approaching you, at first I thought I'm in danger. So I started acting like I'm running away. He said, no problem. I just want to be helped. Then I said, how? In fact, I was a bit tough. How? Eh? And he said, don't worry. I just want to also make money. Then I started smiling. I said, even you want to make money, so you are no longer a bouncer. And he said, I want to change my life. I have so many struggles. So people who are inspired by you, they may not be your level and above, but they are looking up to you. Those are good people. I pulled out my business card, I gave him. He has not called me, he has not texted me, but one day he will call. I don't know if you're getting me. People who are looking up to me for inspiration, I don't follow them up because they are looking up to me. I follow up people who are my level and above. Is it clear? So this maybe has no money. That's why he hasn't called, because he knows this business you need to pay with money. Is it clear? This gives confidence that you did your homework and you are not just excited. Let's look at benefits. This is where I'm going to take more time. In your story, we have talked about the struggles. We have talked about the doubts that you had. We have talked about answering the doubts, and now we are talking about the benefits. Benefit number one that you should talk about when you are selling your story is monetary. How much money have you made? Do not think of too much money. Yes, on Zoom, Ratio shared 19 million shares earned in 4 months. Even if you have made 1 million, it's a good testimony. Even if you have made 2 million, it is a good what? Testimony. So monetary, mention how much the business has been able to pay you. Let me go sample one. Just stand up and mention how much you have made. If you have made 0, you say 0, so that we don't waste time. Let me start from here. Don't say good morning. There's no time. Just mention how much.
In 2 months, I made 1.7.
Clap for that. Papa.
3 months I've made 1.2.
1.2. Clap for that. He's still thinking.
2 months I've made
1 million. 77,000 in 1 week. Not yet.
2 months 1.5 million.
2 months 1.5. Who wants to share? Another one. Pardon? In a week, 200,000. You're no longer clapping. That's extra money. Anyone? 2 more, we close. 3.5 million in 3 weeks. Good. Now people are looking at her. Are you sure? Lifestyle. You don't need to wait for OQATA Fulaha points to enjoy lifestyle. Lifestyle is not, just on a Sunday, getting one Sunday and you have made 3.5 like her and take off 100,000 or 200,000 and enjoy at Explorer Beach that Hajara mentioned the other day. That's a lifestyle. You take nice photos. Maybe you have taken your sister or your baby sister or your child and you say, wow, Fulaha points will find you enjoying already. I don't know if you're getting me. Then, please, if you are not having fun, no one would want to join you. If you are not having fun, no one would want to join you. Have you seen how corporate people who have money live every weekend? What happens every weekend? They go out, or they have fun with their family, or they take their children to a children park, or they go visit someone far away where they drive a longer distance. I don't know if you're getting me. How many would like to change their lifestyle? Put up your hands and say, neighbor, what is wrong with you? Products. Share your product testimony. Oh, what has happened in your team? My team has been able to grow. Yesterday, I saw people in the chat excited about Rachel's story because it included the team. Many of us, when we are sharing our story, we talk about us and we finish. Talk about your team. Take photos. That's why we take them. Can you imagine? Now I have a team that I meet of about 100 people every day. It wasn't that good. So talk about your team and how you are supporting them. And don't be too general. Share specific achievements. Don't say I've made money. How much? How much have you made? I have made 1 million. Show proof. Show proof also. Show proof. Who knows how to get proof from back office? All of us, isn't it? When you withdraw and the money comes to your bank account, does it include OQATA Wellness? In your bank, the message, those who receive messages? Stanbic, no? Okay. EcoBank used to show us. You remember, Frank? You would see it is from a company. But no worries. You withdraw money, you see in the back office, you made a withdraw, then you receive in the bank. Isn't that enough proof? So share that. Share specific achievements. If you have changed your lifestyle, share. If you have changed your clothing, share. If you have started eating in a better place, share. Like Dennis Tumushime, what is he? Dennis shared with us, now restaurants changed. I had him in Dar es Salaam and I was like, wow, restaurants have what? Have changed, because now he's happy with network marketing. Share what you have achieved in the first few days. Few days. Don't wait for a whole year. Look at the first few days. Like someone said, and people didn't take it serious, in 1 week, 200,000. In 7 days, was it 77,000? Good. So share what you have achieved in the first few days. How much have you achieved? What is happening to your life? Have you paid off your landlord that was disturbing you? Now, sharing your story, you show I was struggling. Now I am like this. With proof. It's better with what? With proof. People want to solve immediate problems. Immediate problems. Some people have a loan to clear and every month they pay, let's say, 1 million. And when you share with them that you were able to clear off your landlord, they will say, oh, I can also pay my loan through this opportunity. Is it making sense? Yeah. So don't wait for big achievements. Share any benefit, however small. However small. Who has any benefit? I don't mean money. Just something you have done for the last 4 months. Now let's look at those who have been with us 4 months, 3 months. What have you done? One only. Don't explain, just mention.
What I've done with the money that I achieved from OQATA is that when I was doing OQATA,
you are taking too long.
so I had to pay it back.
What have you done? You wait. Guys, when I tell you, just say, what have you done? I've bought a car. What have you done? I've painted my toilet. Simple. Yes, painting a toilet is an achievement. Have you entered a toilet which is not painted?
What I've done with the money is that I paid up the tuition that I'd used.
Perfect. That's good. Another one. Before I reach Hajara, another one. Please, you people are not earning money. Hope, what is happening? In the 4 months, what have you done with your money that you have earned from OQATA? Hope. We would like to hear. You don't know where the money is going. She's earning and the money is disappearing. Who else? What have you done with your money in 4 months? Something small. Yes, Papa. Cleared tuition for his children at the university in 4 months. And it makes you feel good, isn't it? Who else? And say, Papa.
Contributed to my mom's vacation in the UK.
Contributed to his mom's vacation in the UK. Contributed. You are going or you have gone? You are going to Zanzibar. Now, Papa, for your 25th year anniversary, these papas have serious goals. People here, you wait, Papa. People here can't take themselves to explore a beach. Just a beach in Entebbe. Is it in Entebbe, Hajara? Explorer is where? Entebbe. People don't even go there. They want all the money for only problems. Papa, that is wonderful. Take photos for us. Now people are looking. Now, Aruf, what have you done with your money? You were top 14. Top 14? Yes. Paid tuition. Who was paying before?
My dad.
How does he feel about it? He's very happy. Isn't that wonderful? Now, when you come here to share your story, mention that. Hajara, what have you done in 4 months? Perfect. Part of the money, I know she has made a lot. She doesn't want to tell you others. Part of the money, she has enjoyed travel. Isn't that wonderful? Now, you write down, what are you going to do with your money in the next 3 months? Just 3 months. Write it down. Before you get big achievements, share any benefit. Dennis was in Dar es Salaam, eating fish at the beach. That's an achievement. To eat fish of the ocean, it is not easy. And he showered salty water. What? The future. Now you see we are connecting your why, setting your why from the doubts, struggles, now to the benefits, and now the future. That's why when we are talking our story, you need to talk about describe who you are. My name is so and so, my profession is this and this is what was happening to me before I joined OQATA. We are not going to say network marketing anymore. Before OQATA, I had this challenge, and this was disturbing me. And now, in the 2-3 months, talk about the doubts also. 2-3 months, this is what is happening. And now the future. Let's talk about the future. 4-5 people. Who is ready to talk about the future? Please, I don't like wasting time. No beating around the bush. You must know your future by now. Describe it. Ziwa. The future is bright. How? Please, networkers. Stop saying the future is bright I even have sunglasses. What is that? Say, I am so excited because in the next 6 months, I'm going to drive myself. I've been seeing you in a daradara. Eh? You have a car? Hey, I know you very well. So Ziwa, how do you see your future in just the next 1 year? Who is getting the point? Yes. Ingrid.
That for my next birthday, it will be 29th of May. Next year, my parents will be entering a new house, which I'm starting on in July.
Wow. Fantastic. Specific. My parents will be entering a house by 29th on my birthday. Wonderful. You need to work hard towards that's a goal, a big goal. Another one. Be specific. Don't tell us if the future is bright. What superstar? You sit down. Please, guys, be specific. When I was sharing my dream, I said, I want a Jeep, deep blue in color, private number plate, Jeep, no confusion. I want a house on top of a house with a swimming pool on top of it. Specific. You are telling us a superstar of what now? 5 acres of coffee. Specific. Write it down, put it in picture, come and visit. Visit the coffee farmers in Kayunga, wherever. Take photos in their farms. Be with them. Enjoy how they make the money so you can dream bigger. Is it clear? One more person. Future, hope. Hope. Your future is what? Okay. Traveling to Dubai. The money is already there or it's a dream? Half of it is already there. You are looking for the half from OQATA. Wonderful. Make sure you share photos when you travel. But I will give you a target. You travel when we have ignited Furaha points. July. You don't know you. Another one. Abdulaziz, 1 or 2 things about the future. Platinum check. What are you going to use that check? Apartments. Wonderful. Be specific. So you are going to sell your future. I don't want you to be before your prospect, Ziwa, and you say that my future, you know, my future is so bright. So bright how? Even mine is bright. You know, the prospect wants to know what is making it bright. What is bright about the future? Okay, people are inspired by other people's dreams. A dream is serious, by the way. Do you know some people have stopped dreaming? Who wants to have a car in the next 3 years? I've not talk about now. 3 years. Don't joke with this. 3 years, you want to drive a nice car. Put up your hand. Okay. In 3 years, you want to stay in your own house, even before the Villa Fund. Before the Villa Fund, you have your own house. How many of us want to take who has children? If you have children, put up your hand. How many want to take to schools where the rich people take their very rich, not the ordinary rich? Put up your hand. Okay, those whose children are coming, how many want to give birth in a good hospital? Because they are coming. Your future plans add authenticity to the business. People start seeing, wow, I think with this business, there is money by the time you have a big plan. I remember one person, when they were prospecting us for another project, they mentioned their plans for the future. And it was so exciting that it showed us there is money in the business. When you talk about the future, people realize that this business will work for us because the person is talking about the future. Even when we are in campaigns, the politicians talk about the future. If a politician does not talk about the future, they will not vote them. True or false? I remember in primary, I campaigned to be head boy, and my father wrote my speech. It was the first speech my father lied because he wanted me to win. So he said, I was in a local primary school. I didn't go to a very good one, like secondary. So in that school, my father wrote for me that I will buy a water tank for the school. Every lunchtime, I will make sure everyone has something special extra. And I remember that speech. I stood up and I shared my speech. After the speech, people started singing my name, and I asked them why. Water tank. I laughed. I said, my father has gotten them. I won. I became the head boy. There was no water tank. Up to now. Politics. Politics. Future. People joined the future. People didn't vote me because they like Jimmy. No, they said, at our school where I studied in primary, there was a water well. There was a well somewhere. So the kids would fetch water if you have not passed exams very well. So when I promised them a water tank, they say, tuonye. But there was no water tank up to now. So people buy your future. I don't know if you're getting me. Up to now, people find me, they say, I think by now you have the Jeep. I say, I don't have it yet. But they joined me because of the Jeep. Good enough, I have the house. But you see, the people buy the future. Can we say future? Future. Can we say future? Future. So go back home, do this. Go back home, write down what kind of future you want to live. But before we do that, close your eyes for a moment. Just close your eyes for a moment. Just a moment. She's looking at me. Close your eyes. Think about the kind of life you want to live. Who is in a neighborhood? Don't put up your hand. But who is in a neighborhood where neighbors complain and are annoying and you don't want that neighborhood? You want to shift. Think about another neighborhood where there are no neighbors like that. Think about a neighborhood where everyone has a very nice car, not just an ordinary car, very nice. Think about a neighborhood with a swimming pool nearby for your children to swim. Think about the school where you want your children to study from. Even if you don't have them, you will have them. Think about where you want them to study from. Let's look at the school where children are dropped in very nice machines, where people who are dropping the children are part of the top government officials. I don't know if you're getting what I'm talking about. Are you seeing that school? Do you see the children? Do you see the kind of English they are speaking? How they are talking? That is where your child should study from. Think about the house you want to build. Enter the house now. What kind of door? What are the door locks? How special are the door locks? What security system on the door? Enter your house. Inside your living room, what kind of chairs do you have? What tiles do you have? There is a place called ABC. There is another place where they sell very nice tiles for the rich people. Look at those tiles. They are down on your floor. Look at the walls. Look at the photos on the walls. What kind of photos do you want to put? The art pieces. Move around. Go in the kitchen area, the dining section, the lighting. Look in the kitchen. What kind of wood are you using? Look at the saucepans, how special they are. The women now are visualizing that. Look around. I know many people want a flat. So can we climb the stairs? As you're climbing the stairs, look at the bedrooms down. Of course, there are some bedrooms there. Climb the stairs. What do you see on the walls as you climb the stairs? Go upstairs. Look at the balconies, the rooms. Wow. Go to the garage or the area where you park your car. What car is parked there? The color of the car. Now, we are at Voodoo House. Stop dreaming. How many of us felt good? Now, can you write those things down when you go back home? And now, use them, 1 or 2 or 3 of them, whenever you are talking about the future. Listen to this. I have been in the business for this number of years. I have achieved ABCDE, and this is where I am going. I see myself in this kind of car, in this kind of life, my children in this kind of life because of OQATA Wellness Solution. People buy the challenges first, then they go to your doubts, they say you have answered them well, then they go to the benefit, they're like, wow, then they buy most the future. Because this one you have, but the other one you don't have. And that's what is more interesting. Your strategy. What is your strategy to help the prospect succeed? This is where you share your plan. This is where you share your plan. That if you join OQATA Wellness Solution with our team, that's why you need to have a strong team culture. With our team, the rock stars, we are going to help you succeed. First and foremost, we will do ABCDE in the first 3 weeks when you get started, but then you will have to do OMN. For us, we do ABCDE, you do also this. Then this is our plan for the team. This is our strategy as a team. Then you as an individual, what is your plan? It shows you have a plan for your prospects to succeed. Talk about the plan you have. When you start, I plan to do a nutritional seminar in your area. What is your name, lady? She's called Jennifer, or who is Jennifer? Jennifer is it? Florence? Jennifer, Sharon. You remember the guest you brought yesterday? What did we talk about, the plan? We talked about nutritional seminar. Do you remember? With your upline. Who is your upline? Coach Hood. Where is he? Maybe he's away. Who is the upline of Coach Hood who is here? Madame Jaria. She's somewhere. Who is the upline of Madame Jaria? Hamson. Hamson is not here. Hajara is there at the back. So what I'm trying to mean, with your upline, you will go to Guru, do a nutritional seminar. And you know, the guy felt so comfortable, isn't it? He said, like, you will help me, I will mobilize people, you help me talk to them, and the only thing, you will see money coming up. So share your plan with the prospect. Talk about how you will launch their business. If they are bankers, talk about how you will launch their business at the end of the day, on a free day which is not so busy for bankers, in the evening at food court, Acacia, and they invite their friends and you talk about the opportunity of a cup of tea. Share those plans. People don't want to join someone without a strategy. That's why networkers like asking when they are joining, what is your strategy for me? I know they ask you, what is your strategy? Then you start wondering, what strategy? Join us. We will help you. OQATA has a strategy. Share your plan. Give more confidence that you are the right upline. There is a mistake there. When you share your plan, it gives more confidence to the prospect that you are the right upline. Share your plan. Add emotion and passion when you are sharing your story and when you are sharing your why. The emotion you put is what wins the sale. The emotion that you put. Some people share the whole story without emotion. And of course, no one is really attracted to that. Don't forget you are selling while you are telling your story. You are trying to sell. You are trying to sell the business. There's a guy called Mududus Mukowena in another big MLM company. When he was sharing his story, he was trying to tell us how he has a gate that has a motor. You know, a gate with a motor? But because he didn't want to say it just telling us, my gate has a motor and a remote. No, he shared it passionately with emotions. And he would say that he has a nice car, of course, and when he's about to enter his house, the gate responds to him by calling him, Daddy, 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 Daddy. So for us, because we were young and we were local, young and local, we were like, the gate calling Daddy, 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 Daddy. So we are like, which gate is this? It must be very special. Not knowing it is a remote he would click on and the gate slides. But he would say it passionately and emotionally. I don't know if you're getting me. If you have built a house, describe the house so that someone feels like that is the house that I would also like to have. Emotionally and passionately. Okay, don't forget you are selling while you are telling your story. Emotion is how the storytellers feels about the events they are describing. How you feel. You make them connect the feelings with theirs. So, for example, when we are talking about the challenges, how we were behind rent 3 months. And I remember always sharing a little bit about my landlord. And it's not a lie, it is a true incident, but I share it with emotion and passion. And this incident, my landlord came back on a certain evening, and you know when you're a networker, and you are comfortable networker, not a networker who is new. You are comfortable. You have lost the dream. That's what I'm trying to mean. And you go back home early. 4 p.m., 5, you are home. So when I reached home, I had bought very nice chicken. And I put it in the saucepan. To cut the story short, I had spices. And I started cooking my chicken and frying it. My landlord came. You know, he was staying in the other neighborhood, but he came because of the smell, I think. And when he reached, he was asking, who is cooking very well today? You know, I told you about those funny neighborhoods where everyone knows what you are cooking because the kitchen was outside. And not even outside, at the front. You know those small houses? The kitchen is like a store. You know you are there. So my landlord came and said, hey, kumbe, you are cooking this street food before you pay me my rent. He sat there and he ate the chicken with me. I did not eat it very well because my landlord was demanding. I'm sharing my challenge with emotion and passion so that now the prospect will connect and remember. Is it making sense? Okay. Emotion, selling, works. Add passion and energy while you speak. Passion and energy. When you're starting your story, you may start a bit low because you're now talking of challenges and your background. Then when you start talking of the benefits, be proud of them. Can you imagine? After space of 1 year, I bought myself a piece of land. Wow! You are excited. You don't care what the prospect feels or what, you're just excited. 2 years after, I started building on that land, and here is my house, courtesy of OQATA Wellness Solution. Is it connecting? Okay, so with passion and energy as you speak. As we end, how many success stories do you need to hear about before you make your own? You are hearing so many people sharing success stories. How many do you have to hear for you to share your own? I would like to end this training, but before I market the women's seminar, by sharing a little bit about my success story. Are we ready? Yes. Now people are going to look, tell us everything you have been talking about. No problem. I started network marketing 17 years back, but before I started, I was in my Form 6 vacation. I started at age 19, and I was invited, just like any of you, I was invited in a meeting room just in a place next to here. I heard about the opportunity, and I did not understand it. At first, I thought it's a business for students because everyone who was there was a student. Being a student, at that time, I was baking cakes and cookies, and I saw I was so busy already to engage in another business. But what captivated and captured my attention is when a young lady called Janet came on stage and shared her story of how she started network marketing. And in her story, she mentioned of a trip to Cape Town and another trip she had qualified for in London. She also had a car, G-Touring, that she had parked outside. After the meeting, I was so touched by her story, and I said I would do whatever it takes to start the business. Surprisingly, I didn't have the money to get started, but my reason to start was very big. I wanted to enjoy life just like Janet. I wanted to buy a car. I wanted to travel like her, go to London, go to Cape Town, and that's when I went, borrowed some little money from my father, and I got started in network marketing. To cut the story short, 17 years have passed. My life has been so different with this industry. Imagine, after doing network marketing for about 2 years, I bought my first car. After doing network marketing for just about 3-4 years, I started flying for holidays just like Janet. I was in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. I was in Johannesburg. I traveled to Cape Town. I visited the Table Mountains. I was able to travel to Zambia in a place called Victoria Falls, Mighty Falls, beautiful place, bordering Zimbabwe. I traveled to Dubai for an international conference. We traveled and traveled and traveled through network marketing. I reached a point where the travel was happening. I would qualify every month, but now the business was not performing so well, and my income was still stuck at 3 million Ugandan shillings. I had several challenges. I had gotten into debts because as a young person, I was spending more than I was earning. At that time, my landlord was demanding me 3 months. Then I saw a young man called Elias in Mombasa. He had just bought a Mercedes-Benz and he had posted it on Facebook. When I saw his car, I was just entering a taxi and I opened Facebook. I don't know why. I opened Facebook as I was entering. I refused to enter that taxi, went and sat at a restaurant, and I thought about his Mercedes-Benz and how I will leave the taxi. The following week, I made an appointment with him, met Elias, he showed me the business, and I got started in another network marketing business. After a period of just 3 months, I bought myself a car, and I started paying my debts that I had with my landlord, and I became debt-free. Today, to cut the story short, I am living in my own home, a big house, a house on top of a house, and in a nice neighborhood. Inside my house, there is something so special. In my bedroom, my master bedroom is so big to a point that my bathroom is so exciting. I shower from the shower. I also shower from the jacuzzi, cutters of network marketing. Today, I'm so excited about the future. I see my son of 2 years and a half studying in an international school where people who are of a higher level than I have ever thought take their children. Today, I see myself going for holidays every year with my wife, enjoying OQATA Wellness Solutions. Today, I see myself driving a much more bigger car in the next 2 to 3 years. I see myself taking care of my other siblings and relatives and showing them that it is possible to become successful through network marketing. If I can do this business, yet I started at 19 years to do network marketing. If I can do it, you can also do it. What you need is just to decide that you can do it. Dream big, and let's do this together and change lives. Now, that is just a story without pictures. But my question is, are you feeling it? Are you connecting with it? Did I answer the doubt? I had no money. I borrowed to start. I don't know if you're getting me. You can do it. You can share your story just like the way Hajala shares a story, and we will become very successful. Let me talk about the women's seminar happening on Saturday. This